Freshmen today, and they lead 27-22 with the help of a lot of the freshman performers. Antonio Ramos had really more trouble getting in the gym than he's had here in the game.
Tom gave a little discussion to his team about getting to the gym early, relax, be prepared, don't come late scrambling. Antonio came in his usual way. Well, the doors were locked. This is the first game day, so his usual entrance, he had to walk all the way around the arena and got here just like 90 seconds before practice was to start. Of course, Tom Davis has a rule. If you're not on time, you don't start if you're a starter. If you're in the top 8, you drop out of the top 8. And if you're in the lower 3 or 4 players, you don't dress. So Antonio was close to not getting his first start.
Good object lesson for Ramos and the rest of the freshmen on the Hawkeye squad. Out of the corner, the shot banged home, a three-pointer by Olsen Rosella.
That's more what I expected to see out of the Philippine team, was drive and kick, and they have not done that much. It's been more just get the ball, turn and shoot. And Guy getting that ball low, he cannot do that. That's what he can do.
Yes, he can, as he pops it in over the outstretched arm of Andy Siegel, and for Guy Rucker, his second bucket.
That's our guy. That's the Rucker we saw 2 years ago.
And the Philippines will use another 20-second timeout. But this is what you expect to see from a national team like the Philippines.
The man floated to the corner away from the offense, and that's what you like to do. Go the opposite way to make the defense turn or not be able to see what's going on. Here, you look at returning starters. Illinois, none. They lost all of them. Indiana has 4 returning. And you look down there, Michigan State won the title. They have 5. You go to Penn State, also with 4 returning, and Purdue, another team I like, they have 3 returning, and they are all juniors.
And so it's going to be an interesting scramble in the Big Ten this year. Tom Davis really had the thought that it's Michigan State and then everybody else, and who knows where everybody's going to finish. Look at a team like Michigan. Some magazines have them last in the league. Some have them in the upper division. It's going to be that kind of a year.
Iowa's pretty well picked from maybe 5th to 10th. And again, it's because nobody can figure out what that middle group is going to do. And you look back through the last 6 years, the media have not been able to pick the champion in any of those 6 years. But Michigan State this year, certainly an odds-on favorite. But one injury, especially to a young man named Cleaves, would hurt their chances.
A lot of people saying Cleaves might be the national player of the year this year.
Well, and he's had some injuries. During the summer, he was not able to play on the World Cup team because of an injury. And then he separated, had a mild separation of the shoulder.
All guys with all veterans on the floor, with the exception of Duez Henderson, who drives and misses. And the rebound is saved by Patrimonio for the Philippine national team. But it's taken back by Oliver. Hawkeyes 4 against 1. And an offensive foul call on Henderson.
Not a good choice when it's 4-on-1. Henderson this time trying to take it as Oliver makes the ball handler turn. As he turns, puts his hand behind him, steals the ball, heads to the other end. Henderson, opportunities to give it up, tries to score himself. This is the time to be patient, and that's hard to do. Uncertainty sometimes creates turnovers. It
is the learning and teaching time of the year. It goes on all year, but it really happens in November in these exhibition games. Carriazo into the lineup, number 12 for the Philippines. Handle the ball there momentarily. This is Meneses. The pull-up by Meneses rings long and into the hands of Range, who has his first rebound. Good look for Rucker. And Guy Rucker with 3 baskets in the first half for the Hawkeyes.
And that's really a double assist. Dean Oliver got it to the open wing, that had the angle. Newsman got it inside. Steal here by Oliver, and a miss.
Little too tall for Range. Here comes Siegel trying to finish. Now he will pull it back out to Meneses. Range nearly another steal.
Iowa's hands extremely quick at this point.
Well, we talked earlier about Guy Rucker and his ability to, even with the bad thumb, to catch the ball. Good catch there on the pass from Lursman to put it down.
And got bumped on the hip while making that turn and still finished. And it looked like that thumb is bothering. Maybe got it bumped again.
A grimace on Guy Rucker's face as he goes to the Iowa bench with 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the first half. You see the taped right thumb as he flexes his hand. Mark, I'd say for 20 minutes, the Hawkeyes have played with a good amount of poise for such a young basketball team.
They really have. And it's come from the veteran perimeter players, Oliver, McCausland, and Lursman, controlling the tempo and the ball. And again, the patience to get the ball inside.
Siegel can't hang on, and the basketball goes back to Iowa. Hawkeyes with their biggest lead, up by 8 as we are in the final minute of the first half with 49 seconds to play. Dean Oliver with a 6-point first half after that last bucket. And he is fouled. On the foul is Arvamiento. You talked about him prior to the ballgame, Mac, and he's the guy that the Charlotte Hornets were so interested in. He's been in early foul trouble. We've seen very little chance to see him play. Dean Oliver to the line.
It was a good job there of being 2 for 1. In other words, with the shot clock and a game clock of 49 seconds, take a quick shot. That way you get the 1, and this time it was a free throw opportunity. You'll get it back one more time.
Iowa's leading scorer so far, Joey Range, the freshman from Galesburg, Illinois, with 7. And the Hawkeyes grow to a double-figure lead of 10, their biggest lead of this first half. Too hard for Duremdis, and once again it's one and done for the Philippines as Iowa has a lock on the boards. Now Tom Davis wants to do a little teaching here, using a 20-second timeout with 31 seconds to go in the half to talk about what kind of strategy might be employed in a time when this basket would be pretty important.
And then not only that, with the 31 seconds left, you know the Philippine team is getting the ball back, so you got to decide what defense you want to be in, and you might do a change-up. You might go back to his zone rather than man-to-man.
Well, certainly Tom Davis, we mentioned all the young talent that he has, so you might wonder, compared to a more veteran team, where is he as far as how he expects this ball club to be?
Well, he said after the black and gold shootout, I was very surprised that they are beyond where he thought they would be at that time. So the thing that makes it easy is they're so coachable as a group. They'll come early, stay late, and the veterans are teaching the young players as they sit out, like J.R. Koch injured. You ask every front liner, J.R. Koch is helping him come along. He wants this team to be solid when he gets back in there to play.
In the final half minute of the first half, Philippine Nationals scored the first 7, but since then the Hawkeyes have been in control. Iowa finishing the half with a flurry at an 8-point run, maybe more. Shot clock, no factor. You look at the game clock. Lursman. A scrap with the rebound. Range comes up with it at the horn and scores it.
And they're going to count it, I believe.
And they do. So Joey Range debuts impressively with a 9-point first half in his first appearance at Carver Hawkeye Arena against opposition.
Watch the red light behind the basket. It's on the bracket base. See if it's on. It is on.
And on that note, we will go to break. It's a 12-point lead for the Hawkeyes at the halftime of this exhibition opener. You're watching Big Ten basketball from ESPN+.